Dale Carnegie's How to Win Friends and Influence People is one of the most influential self-help books ever written. First published in 1936, it has remained a classic guide on how to build strong relationships, influence others, and achieve success through effective communication. The book is structured into 4 major parts, each with timeless principles for improving your social and professional interactions. Part 1, Fundamental Techniques in Handling People. Carnegie opens with 3 key principles for effectively dealing with people. He stresses the importance of influencing people positively without causing resentment. 1. Don't criticize, condemn, or complain. Concept criticism is rarely effective and usually makes people defensive. Instead of criticizing someone, try to understand their perspective. For example, if an employee makes a mistake, condemning their actions will likely discourage them. Constructive feedback will lead to better results and cooperation. Takeaway: focus on positive reinforcement rather than negativity. People are more motivated when they feel appreciated and understood. 2. Give honest and sincere appreciation. Concept: people crave appreciation and recognition. By offering sincere praise, you can uplift others and foster goodwill. For example, a manager who praises their team for hard work and dedication builds loyalty and motivation. However, insincere flattery can have the opposite effect. Takeaway: make it a habit to notice others' strengths and accomplishments and acknowledge them genuinely. 3. Arouse in the other person an eager want. Concept: people are motivated by their own desires and goals. Instead of pushing your agenda, find a way to align what you want with their aspirations. For example, a salesperson who understands the customer's needs and offers a solution that benefits them will have far greater success than someone who is just focused on making a sale. Takeaway: to influence others, frame your suggestions in terms of what they want, not what you want. Part 2, 6 ways to make people like you. In this section, Carnegie shares 6 principles that help foster genuine relationships. The goal is to be likable by showing genuine interest in others and making them feel valued. 1. Become genuinely interested in other people. Concept: people like those who show real interest in them. Ask about their lives, interests, and concerns with authentic curiosity. For example, in a networking event, a person who asks thoughtful questions and listens attentively is more likely to be remembered positively than someone who only talks about themselves. Takeaway: shift the focus from yourself to others in conversations. Build relationships based on mutual interest and understanding. 2. Smile. Concept: a simple smile can make you more approachable and likable. It's a universal gesture that conveys warmth and positivity. For example, think about how differently you feel when greeted with a smile versus a neutral or frowning expression. Takeaway: smile more often. It makes you appear friendly and confident, which helps establish rapport quickly. 3. Remember that a person's name is the sweetest sound to them. Concept: people feel a strong connection to their own name. Remembering and using it in conversations shows respect and attentiveness. For example, a colleague who remembers your name and uses it in a conversation creates a personal touch, making you feel valued. Takeaway: make an effort to remember people's names and use them whenever appropriate. 4. Be a good listener and encourage others to talk about themselves. Concept: listening is a powerful tool in communication. People appreciate when someone takes the time to listen to their thoughts and concerns. For example, in a meeting, allowing others to express their ideas without interruption helps them feel heard and respected, which encourages open dialogue. Takeaway: listen more than you talk. Show interest in what others have to say, and they will be more likely to value your input. 5. Talk in terms of the other person's interests. Concept: people enjoy conversations that revolve around their interests. By steering discussions toward what they care about, you create more engaging interactions. For example, if a coworker loves sports, bringing up a recent game or asking for their opinion on a related topic will likely result in a lively conversation. Takeaway: find out what interests the people you're speaking with and tailor your conversation accordingly. 6. Make the other person feel important and do it sincerely. Concept: everyone wants to feel valued. By making others feel important through genuine compliments and respect, you build stronger relationships. For example, recognizing a team member's hard work in front of others boosts their confidence and morale. Takeaway: look for ways to make others feel important, but be sincere in your efforts. False flattery can backfire. Part 3, how to win people to your way of thinking. This section focuses on how to influence others without causing resentment or resistance. Carnegie emphasizes the importance of diplomacy and understanding when trying to persuade others. 1. The only way to get the best of an argument is to avoid it. Concept: arguments rarely lead to true resolution and often make both parties defensive. It's better to avoid direct confrontation and find common ground. For example, in a debate about a controversial topic, it's often more productive to listen and understand the other person's perspective rather than trying to win the argument. Takeaway: avoid arguing, focus on finding solutions that both sides can agree on instead. 2. Show respect for the other person's opinions. Concept: even if you disagree with someone, it's important to respect their right to have a different opinion. Disrespecting or dismissing their views will only create conflict. Example: in a meeting, when a colleague presents an idea you don't agree with, acknowledge their perspective before sharing your thoughts. Takeaway: always show respect for differing opinions. It builds mutual respect and opens the door for constructive dialogue. 3. If you're wrong, admit it quickly and emphatically. Concept: admitting mistakes shows humility and earns respect. If you've made a mistake, it's better to own up to it right away rather than defending yourself or making excuses. Example: a manager who admits to making a bad decision builds trust with their team and sets a positive example. Takeaway: admitting fault not only diffuses tension but also demonstrates integrity. 4. Begin in a friendly way. Concept: starting any interaction, especially difficult conversations, with a friendly tone can disarm hostility and create a positive atmosphere. Example: when addressing a client complaint, beginning with an understanding tone rather than defensiveness can lead to a more productive outcome. Takeaway: approach every interaction with kindness and friendliness. It's more effective than being confrontational. 5. Get the other person to say yes immediately. Concept: start conversations by finding points of agreement, even on minor things. This builds momentum toward a positive outcome. Example: in a negotiation, finding areas where both parties agree early on creates a foundation for compromise. Takeaway: start with small agreements to foster a sense of cooperation. 6. Let the other person feel the idea is theirs. Concept: people are more likely to embrace ideas they feel they've contributed to or originated. By letting others take ownership of an idea, they're more likely to support it. Example: in a brainstorming session, letting others take the lead and offering guidance subtly increases their commitment to the final decision. Takeaway: encourage others to take ownership of ideas to gain their support and buy-in. Part 4: be a leader, how to change people without offending them. In the final section, Carnegie focuses on leadership and how to guide people toward improvement without causing resentment. His advice centers on leading by example, using encouragement, and making people feel empowered. 1. Begin with praise and honest appreciation. Concept: when providing feedback or addressing mistakes, starting with sincere praise sets a positive tone and reduces defensiveness. Example: when coaching an employee on improving their performance, begin by acknowledging their strengths and recent successes before offering constructive criticism. Takeaway: begin difficult conversations with praise to soften the message and build rapport. 2. Talk about your own mistakes before criticizing the other person. Concept: acknowledging your own mistakes before pointing out someone else's shortcomings makes you more relatable and eases the tension. Example: before suggesting improvements to a colleague's work, mentioning a time when you made a similar error can help them feel less criticized. Takeaway: admitting your own mistakes makes it easier for others to accept feedback and learn from it. 3. Ask questions instead of giving direct orders. Concept: rather than telling someone what to do, asking questions allows them to think for themselves and take ownership of their actions. Example: instead of saying, "do this task by the end of the day," ask, "how do you think we can finish this task by the deadline?" Takeaway: asking questions empowers people to come up with solutions, fostering collaboration and cooperation. 4. Praise every improvement, no matter how small. Concept: acknowledging even small steps of progress encourages further improvement and boosts morale. Example: if a team member is working on improving their communication skills, praise any small effort they make, even if it's not perfect. Takeaway: regular praise for progress motivates people to keep improving. Conclusion: Dale Carnegie's How to Win Friends and Influence People is a timeless guide for building strong relationships, leading effectively, and influencing others with kindness and respect. His principles focus on empathy, genuine interest in others, and positive communication, which are essential for success in both personal and professional life.